Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Know Your World with Nishi. Today we discuss another historical city of Uzbekistan, which is Bukhara. It is one of the most famous Silk Road destinations in Uzbekistan. But before we start, please don't forget that we have videos on Uzbekistan as a country, Tashkent, Samarkand and Fargana. Do watch them when you have some time. One of Central Asia's best-known destinations, a historic ancient city that dates back to 2 millennia and is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Welcome to Bukhara. With a rich history and a long list of dynasties, Bukhara grew from a small oasis town to an important trading hub on the Silk Route. Once a major cultural and religious center of the medieval world, it's a city with over 140 heritage structures, many still in use. Since antiquity, Bukhara has been home to different cultures, including Zoroastrians, Arabs, Bukharan Jews, Kushans, and Indians living on the Silk Route. When trade flourished during the reign of the Samanid dynasty in the 9th century, the city expanded. Bukhara became the capital and a cultural hub when great scholars like Al-Bukhari, philosopher Ibn Sina, poet Rudaki, and many great scientists of the Islamic world lived. The prosperity of Bukharans attracted Genghis Khan's Mongol army, who plundered the city into ruins in 1220 AD. Bukhara regained its status under the Timurid, Shaibanid, and Astrakhanid rulers, once again becoming the cultural center of the Persian world. Bukhara's emirate was Central Asia's most powerful kingdom until the Russians arrived in the 19th century. After the Soviet takeover, Bukhara was merged with the former kingdoms of Kokand and Khiva to form the Uzbek SSR in 1924. After Uzbekistan gained independence in 1991, Bukhara and its monuments were restored to their former glory. Bukhara is one of the best preserved historical sites of the Silk Route, and its oldest city center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The best way to explore Bukhara is by walking through its old alleys and discovering these medieval wonders. Silk Route markets, turquoise domes, bathhouses, minarets, mosques, and caravanserais. Few places can match Bukhara when it comes to Uzbek handicrafts. There are masterclasses to learn traditional art from master artisans. Bukharan miniature painting, Persian calligraphy, puppetry, metal chasing, and Gidjuvan pottery. For those who haven't got a chance to see my video on Uzbekistan, here are a few important inputs for travel to the country. The best time to visit Uzbekistan is from March to May and September to November. Summer months are extremely hot and dry. It also gets very cold outside these months, although many visit Uzbekistan's capital Tashkent in winters to experience snow. Bukhara is best accessed from Tashkent, and Tashkent is well connected with Delhi. There are daily flights from Delhi to Tashkent that take just about 3 hours to cover the distance. Bukhara is a 5-hour train ride from Tashkent and about 2.5 hours from Samarkand. There is also a good road network that connects Bukhara to other cities. Bukhara also has its own airport that connects it to Tashkent and other destinations in Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has an efficient mobile network and SIMs are easily available for tourists. The currency here is Uzbekistani som, and $1 yields approximately 12,500 Uzbekistani soms. Language is a little less of a challenge in Uzbekistan compared to other Central Asian countries like Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. While Uzbek is the common language, English is reasonably well understood. Local food is meat heavy, although vegetarians have more choice than in other Central Asian countries. For more such information, check out my video on Uzbekistan. Let's now look at some of the attractions in Bukhara. It feels special to enter the oldest mausoleum in Central Asia, the Ismail Samani Mausoleum that dates back to the 10th century AD. There lies the tombs of Ismail Samani, the founder of the Samanid dynasty, along with his descendants. An example of early Islamic architecture in the region, the structure's standout feature is the beautiful facade of geometric shapes made of intricate brickwork. If you are into architecture, you can't miss the multicultural elements of Sogdian, Sasanian and Persian architecture. Remarkably, the Samanid mausoleum survived the raid of Genghis Khan. Guess how? It lay buried underneath a mudslide at the time of the Mongol invasion. What luck! Chashma Ayub is one of the oldest religious sites in Bukhara, dating back to the pre-Islamic era. According to legend, Prophet Ayub discovered a pool here and saved the people of Bukhara from a severe drought. Bukhara grew around this water source and its waters are considered sacred by the locals, attracting many pilgrims. The Karakhane dynasty built a mausoleum here in the 12th century, which has the tomb of an unnamed saint from Tengrism, the religion of Central Asian nomads. Today, the monument functions as the Museum of Water Supply, showcasing the history of Uzbekistan's irrigation, water supply and reservoirs. The Imam Bukhari Monument is a modern museum built in honor of the 9th century Islamic scholar Muhammad ibn Ismail, better known as Imam Bukhari. Imam Bukhari was a native of Bukhara and was revered for his work Sahih al-Bukhari, considered one of Islam's most sacred books. Located near the Chashma Ayub Mausoleum, it displays religious objects and old texts and has galleries narrating the life and literary works of the great scholar. The Ark of Bukhara is a massive citadel that has been home to various rulers of Bukhara for centuries. Prince Siyavush built the Ark in 5th century AD and successive dynasties later rebuilt it. Its massive ramparts were the primary defense of the fortified city of Bukhara. The citadel has survived several invasions throughout history. It was eventually abandoned after 1920 when the Soviets bombed the fortress and overthrew Emir Alim Khan, the last ruler of Bukhara. The citadel was restored after Uzbekistan's independence and houses a big mosque, coronation hall, royal family residences, dungeons, stables and watchtowers. I have never heard so many miners chirping so loudly at one place as at Bolo House Mosque. Bolo House is one of the most splendid mosques of Bukhara, located outside the Ark of Bukhara. The name Bolo House refers to a children's pond due to the presence of a small pool outside the mosque. It was built in 1712 by Bukharan Emir Shah Murad, who offered his prayers here in public 5 times a day. The mosque's most striking architectural feature are the 20 tall decorative wood carved pillars supporting its veranda's colorful ceilings. Bukharan complex is one of the most important landmarks of Bukhara. It has a historic mosque, a grand minaret, and an old madrasa. Bukharan is famous for the 12th century Kalan minaret, one of the tallest structures of the medieval world. The majestic brick tower measures 45 meters in height and is beautifully designed with geometrical terracotta patterns. Guess what? The master raider Genghis Khan was so impressed with the monument that he spared it from destruction during his invasion. Kalan Mosque, also known as Jumma Mosque, is the largest mosque of Bukhara. It was rebuilt in 1515 AD by the Emir of Bukhara on the site of an old mosque of the Karakhani dynasty which Genghis Khan had destroyed. Kalan Mosque is renowned for its splendid architecture of colossal arched gateways, a large courtyard and a turquoise dome with ornate tiles. At its center lies a mausoleum dedicated to hundreds of Bukharans who were slaughtered here by the Mongols. Miri Arab Madrasa stands opposite the Kalan Mosque. It dates from the 15th century and is also an architectural marvel with beautiful tiled facades and domes with intricate designs. Miri Arab Madrasa was built in honor of an Arab spiritual master, Sheikh Abdullah Yamani. It is a double-storied structure that has continued to function as an active seminary and religious school for over 500 years. This is arguably the best place that gives you the daily market experience of the Silk Route of the Yor. Toki Zargaron is one of the 3 historical markets of Bukhara. Toki refers to dome-covered markets that were built at the intersection of medieval city streets. Toki Zargaron was built in Persian architecture style by the Shaibanid rulers and has continued to be a marketplace for over 500 years. The market retains its historical charm and is lined with old shops, caravanserais, arched passages, and cobbled streets. It was initially a jewelry market but now has traditional workshops of artisans, hammam bathhouses, souvenir stores, and even cafes for tourists. Built in 1577, the Tim Abdullah Khan Trading Dome is one of Bukhara's 4 old domed markets and the largest enclosed indoor market in Bukhara's historical center. The structure is built in Persian style and resembles the typical bazaars of old Iranian cities. Of course, it is now an upscale market with various types of luxury carpets, silk fabric, robes, and embroidery work. If you're tired of checking out minarets, mosques, madrasas and markets, give your legs a bit of a rest at the Laibe House. Located at the heart of Bukhara, Laibe House is a popular pedestrian area around a house or a pond. In the olden days, Bukhara had several ponds that served as drinking water sources while keeping the surrounding area cool during the hot summer months. Today, Laibe House is one of the only few remaining ponds of the old city. It's a great place to dine at poolside restaurants, browse art galleries, purchase souvenirs, or even witness cultural performances. If you're interested in vibrant cultural performances, including folk dances and live concerts, Nodi Devon Begi Madrasa is a great place to see them. The madrasa is part of the historical Laibe House complex. This 15th century monument was originally set up as a caravanserai but later became a learning center. Magoki Atori Mosque is a textile museum and showcases different specimens of Bukharan carpets. But it wasn't always a museum. Magoki Atori is Bukhara's oldest mosque, included among the monuments of Bukhara's historic center, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Constructed in the 8th century with terracotta, it is built on an old Zoroastrian temple site and a spice market known as Ottoron, from which it gets its name. The mosque has an asymmetrical structure because various dynasties added to it. After a hard day of walking around the city of Bukhara, I couldn't resist visiting a hammam bathhouse for some recharge. Hammams are public bathhouses found in various medieval cities along the Silk Route. These bathhouses were located around old markets and caravanserais, where merchants took a break to refresh themselves. The hammam in Bukhara is a 500-year-old Turkish-style bathhouse where you can experience a steam bath, traditional massage with special oils, and a scrub with local herbs that's delivered through strong hands of an Uzbek. It did feel refreshing after a session of about half an hour. Let me now show you the various handicrafts of Bukhara which were traded by Silk Route merchants for centuries. Metal craft is considered the oldest and the most renowned handicraft of Uzbekistan and has been practiced by Bukharan artisans for generations. Metal chasing is embossing intricate designs on metal surfaces by hammering meticulously. Metal chasers make elaborate designs on copper plates, vases, scissors, knives, and various metallic surfaces. If you like them, they are happy to invite you to their workshops to see the masters at work. While strolling through the market lanes of Bukhara, I came across many colorful traditional paintings displayed in the ateliers of the master artists. I visited one of the galleries and got a chance to chat with the master, who gave me a fascinating account of how miniature painting started in Bukhara. Bukhara is famous for its miniature paintings, which made their way through the Silk Route and influenced the artistic traditions of various medieval cultures. During the Shaibanid dynasty in the 15th century, the rulers patronized Bukharan art by bringing many talented artists and calligraphers from Persia. Bukhara miniature paintings were mainly used as illustrations for manuscripts and royal chronicles. The paintings often depicted scenes of Silk Route caravans and the daily life of the rulers. Time for some light entertainment? Puppetry is an old art of storytelling in Uzbekistan. Puppet shows were top-rated throughout Central Asia and several mobile puppet theatres could be seen in the region. Uzbek puppets are made of leather, clay and papier mâche, and characters are dressed in colourful traditional attire. They represent only fictional characters from folklore. A team of a narrator, a musician and a showman performed the puppet shows. The Bukhara State Puppet Theatre was founded in 1982 to promote this traditional art form. There are now several private puppet theatres in the city. A small puppet theatre named Ateliers de Marionnette, founded by master puppeteer Iskander Khakimov, is one of the best places in Bukhara to see a puppet show. I visited a family-run pottery school in Gidjuvan to see artisans create fascinating ceramic wares. Gidjuvan is famous for its ceramic works and traditional pottery since the Silk Route era. About an hour's drive from Bukhara, Gidjuvan is home to the Bukhara school of pottery and has its unique style of ceramics. Bukharan pottery is distinct for its bright shades of colors inspired by the reddish hues of the desert. In contrast to the typical blue glazed ceramic ware with geometric patterns found elsewhere in Uzbekistan, Gidjuvan ceramics are colorful and have floral designs and elements of nature. The masters take you around to explain the traditional pottery techniques that have been passed on for generations. Products on display are for sale and it will be hard to resist the urge to buy. Bukhara offers you an experience that probably is closest to what would have been during the Silk Route times. But do remember to hire a guide for its stories, else you may miss out on its treasures. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Unwinds live their stories